Welcome to the review for the Darton Consequence. So if you don't know about this bow, basically this is like their economy bow, but it actually has the same cams, limbs, limb pockets, draw system, cable guard as their flagship bow, the sequel this year. So I definitely think that this is by far like the best bang for your buck bow on the market in 2024. Um, There's not really another bow in this price range that has like an upgraded draw system. Like most of them have like just a basic slider for your cable slide, basic draw system. Like they don't have anything nice on it, and it's about the same price. So this thing is 650 bucks, and just incredible. So it's 29.5 inch axle to axle, 7.5 inch brace height, and yeah, basically we're gonna talk about it a little bit, but we're mainly going to shoot it through the chronograph with like a few different arrows. So this thing is set at 29. I have it set at 29 inches right now for draw length, which is my draw length, and it's maxed out at 58.5 pounds. Um, yeah, so obviously we're not going to get like crazy speeds out of it because it's a lighter poundage bow, and I don't have the draw length set like 30 or more than that. But if you really know what you're talking about, you're going to see that this thing, for what it is, has some good speeds, and obviously you can shoot 40 pounds and pass through a deer no problem if you have a good setup. But yeah, I think that this thing is by far the best budget bow on the market, and it just feels really well in your hand. So I mean, I'll talk about some things that I'm not going to be biased here, so I'll talk about some pros and cons and everything like that. But yeah, so let's get into it here and start shooting. Okay, now we're gonna do some speed testing. So we're gonna shoot a gold tip kinetic. It's a 340 spine arrow. So we're gonna weigh it real quick. .447 grains, right on the dot. Um, we have the bow is set at 59 pounds at a 29-inch draw. So this is a fairly common setup. About 60 pounds, 29-inch draw is decently average weight hunting arrow. So we're going to get some speeds out of this, and then we're going to move to a heavier arrow and see what we get out of that. Okay, we're going to shoot this. So we're shooting through a whisker biscuit. So it is going to slow it down a couple feet per second or so. But yeah, let's see what this bad boy has in her. 262 first shot. Do it again and see if we duplicate. Okay, second shot. See where we're at. Duplicate. 262. So pretty fast for 59 pounds, 29-inch draw, and a decently heavy arrow. So now we're gonna move to a stupid heavy arrow, very very heavy, and see what we get for there. All right, arrow number 2. We have Black Eagle Deep Impact steel focus system on the front end, 100 grains. Field tip. See what this weighs out to be. 552.5 grains. So real heavy arrow, and I bet she still cooks pretty good. 236. That's pretty awesome for that heavy arrow. Let's see what she does again. $237. So yeah, right there. Yeah, that's pretty darn well for a $650 bow at these specs and that heavy arrow. I mean, you can do the math for the kinetic energy. That's moving. So definitely phenomenal for a $650 bow. I'm impressed. Definitely impressed. So I think it gets an A for the speed test. That's pretty awesome. All right, I want to talk to you guys about the draw cycle on this bow now. So this has the same cams, draw system, roller cable guard, limb pockets as the flagship sequel bow. And this draw system is absolutely next level. I know a lot of people say that they have like a smooth drawing bow, but this really is on a different level. And draw cycle and back wall are definitely the most important things to me because, you know, when you're drawing your bow back in a real world like hunting scenario, you don't want to be like the guy at the range that's like trying to come way up here and draw and has like a violent, you know, draw back and has got to put his all into it and get it back and his bow shaking or whatever. And you don't want to look crazy. I mean, you just want to be to where you're super smooth and it's just effortless, just looks, you know, amazing. And that's what this bow really does provide. I even got like a little video I can kind of show you as an example of what I mean by effortless. Like it is very important to me for a smooth draw cycle and a really, really solid back wall. Back wall is probably even more important to me, to be honest, just because I don't like spongy back walls in the sense of when you're at full draw, it kind of wants to launch on you. I want to bring it back and this thing just be rock solid and I don't have to think about it or worry about it or make sure I'm like really pulling hard so it doesn't jump on me. You get this thing back and it just, you can stay there all day. And it's really impressive. So yeah, draw cycle on this thing is absolutely 10 out of 10. So yeah, other companies might not have like everything on the string, like Speed Knox. They might be shooting an underweight arrow. There's a ton of little tricks that other manufacturers and stuff use to just get that extra 5 feet per second or 10 feet per second or whatever. But they actually shoot a true speed, which is very nice because you can actually know what it's going to shoot like right out of the box. The grip feels very similar to the Prelude if you shot the Prelude at all last year, but this and probably say the Hoyt grip feel very similar. Um, yeah, just really fits in your hand just extremely well, super ergonomical. One thing that a lot of guys really like is this little like slit right here in the front of the grip. I personally don't, but a lot of guys shoot with like their fingers in the grip, like so, something along those lines. I don't. I'm pretty much wide open. Obviously, I'm trying to be very transparent. So the real con of this bow is that it's kind of top heavy. So especially if you just shoot a bare bow, like you'll notice it when you release, it will kind of fall back. Like it naturally just wants to fall back. Left and right, it balances really well. So it's not bad once you put a stabilizer on it. I mean, most guys are running stabilizers anyway. So that's kind of the only con is that it's kind of top heavy, which really isn't a huge deal. Once you put a stabilizer on, just kind of band-aid that. But yeah, really, there's no other huge cons for me other than that. It's just a little top heavy, but if you put a nice stabilizer on that, it's going to cover it up and you're going to be fine. So yeah, overall, you absolutely can't beat this thing for the money. Way too many pros that outweigh that one con, and by far the best bow in like the $600 range. Like it's incredible. So you guys need to go shoot this thing. Honestly, can't beat it, guys. Honestly, for $650, this is a heck of a bow. Um, yeah, so available in 10-pound increments. So you get a 40 to 50 pound, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. Draw length is adjustable from 26 to 31 and a half. So even for some taller guys that are 6'4" or whatever, they can probably fit this bow real easy. Um, yeah, so if you guys have any questions about this bow, any comments or anything like that, just let me know, and I can probably do a short video and address it. And yeah, but overall, definitely, I think best budget bow on the market. You're not going to beat it for the price. Anything that's around $600, like 5 to 7, not comparable. There's a couple bows that are like they have a couple upgraded features, but most of them are just real basic draw systems, basic everything, and you're just paying for the name. So yeah, if you're wanting to upgrade but don't want to spend a bunch of money, check this out. If you're in Southeast Michigan and want to check them out, just shoot me a message, and I have the full lineup available to shoot whenever. So appreciate you guys. If you're not already, follow, like, subscribe, do all the fun social media stuff for me. I definitely appreciate it. And thank you guys.